I'm not playing the mask on, mask off. I don't consider this a win. This is nonsense.
Tempers flare during a meeting on school masks in Cheshire. Masks will be optional there, but some parents, as you just saw, are very upset about the district and how they're basing their decision. Channel 3 Waterbury Bureau Chief Dennis Valera is live right now. He's in the Brass City breaking down these details for us. Dennis?
Hey, Mark. Yes, the Cheshire Public School District, as well as Waterbury Public Schools, they look at three metrics: the vaccination rate, the positivity rate, as well as the case rate. In Waterbury, the current state of those numbers, they forced the board to consider having masking go forward. Meanwhile, in Cheshire, as we know, they are now doing optional masking, and parents being very vocal in questioning the legitimacy of this data. Masking as usual. That'll be the case in Waterbury Public Schools March 1st, when the state mandate ends. While a school district survey showed the majority of parents support that, some still would have liked a choice.
It shouldn't be forced anymore. But it's up to, I believe the parents have a choice on the matter. And let them decide, whether they want to send their kid to school or not with a mask.
To recommend masking, the city's health department would have liked to meet two of these three metrics: an 80% vaccination rate, a positivity rate below 10%, and a case rate less than 15 per 100,000 people.
If we do revisit this every 2 weeks in every meeting, I'd be willing to vote yes tonight.
Only meeting the positivity rate. The board will now monitor this data more closely, ready to change the masking policy.
This is not a decision that's made on opinion. This is a decision that's made on the most relevant information that we have at hand to attempt to mitigate a virus that we were not expecting prior to March 2020.
In Cheshire, they follow the same guidelines, and the data only does not meet the case rate metric, so masking will be optional starting March 1st.
Your Reich, your regime, whatever you want to call it, SS, I don't care.
After the decision, several parents questioned the validity of the numbers, saying the metrics have not been consistent.
Was it just, I'm going to say my metrics and I'm so smart and everybody's going to listen? It doesn't make sense.
So, Mr. Costanti, hang on. Stop. No,
Mr.
no.
We're
going to have a point of order. Hang on.
I've listened for 2 years.
No.
I don't need your...
The meeting was called into a temporary recess at that point. In a statement, Superintendent Dr. Jeffrey Solon said the Cheshire Board of Education sanctifies the opportunity for public input and appreciates the passion stemming from issues related to children, but understands that civility has to be the bedrock of meaningful dialogue. No matter what school districts decide to do, masks will still be required in certain settings according to state and federal law. For example, on school buses, masks will still be required since they're federally classified as public transportation. Live in Waterbury, Dennis Valera, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.